Yeah, well, I think a good topic to cover. Oh, I'm sorry. I think a good topic to cover is the whole COVID situation that's
Yes,
happening.
I agree.
Sort of the elephant in the room, we might say. Um, but I don't know. How's your personal experience been with COVID relating to the industry and what you think in general?
Personally, I think there's a lot of things that are impacting. I think the theater, like movie theaters, are going to be impacted the most as of like production. Personally, um, yeah.
I mean, there's definitely the biggest problem I've been seeing is every time something really big happens to the film industry, there's always, the people who are normally affected are the theaters,
Mm-hmm.
the below the line workers, and the small production companies, which I'm pretty sure they're obviously going to be hit the most, especially with the below the line workers. But now it's the first time I think in 26 years that the domestic box office just hit zero after the what was it the Northridge earthquake 20 years ago that
Mm-hmm.
hit LA. But that was only domestically. Now the entire international box office hit zero just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I think it's very interesting how each country, like different places over the world, because it said over in this article that Polish cinemas were opening this week. And I think, especially in the US, I can't see any of our cinemas being opening for more weeks or a couple weeks.
I mean, I don't understand how some because they're allowing some movie theaters here domestically in the States to open
Mm-hmm.
up, which I don't understand how they're gonna do it exactly since most places are working at 25% capacity and likewise the theaters. But it's interesting to see how production companies and just distribution companies are responding. Like for the Trolls movie
Yeah.
that they released online, like without any theatrical release, just through streaming platforms in general. And I'm not sure on the exact statistics of how they did for getting back their revenue and everything, but definitely it's interesting to see how the film industry is kind of like a guinea or currently is a guinea pig to see
Yeah.
future events to come.
On the Trolls one, honestly, I feel like they should have waited to release it until everything was opening. I mean, they're still making a lot of money right now, and I know it is a guinea pig, and this can be done for like further films that could be affected by an economic disaster like this. And I think, but I don't know, I think that because there's so many people who going to the movies, like, they don't have access to streaming services at home.
Yeah.
And I think like if they were able to just wait, and they would have lost more money from having to market it for longer, but I think they could have made a lot more money doing it
Like for
waiting.
the I definitely agree with that, especially with the Trolls. They I saw a specific video on this talking about they need because they're currently you could buy the movie out right now for $20, I'm pretty sure, in
Mm-hmm.
the I think it's the Apple store and on other platforms as well. And in order to get back all the money they put in for production, they would need like 15 million people
Mm-hmm.
to buy it
And then
individually, and
yeah,
that's not taking into account like renting the movie or stuff like that.
because renting's only $4, and I know like most people would much rather just rent it and watch it once. But I also think, especially over quarantine, probably the good parts are a lot of people who have young children, like who've always been at school and everything. Like they're trying to find ways to entertain them. So I think that's a good aspect of it, like releasing a family friendly movie like that and not just like a rated R movie that's only for adults.
I mean,
But
yeah.
I think it was a good movie to use as a guinea pig, though.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it definitely appeals to a large demographic of people we know that are at home, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like,
Yeah.
because like a lot of kids are just mostly at home and don't have a lot to do, which is I don't know. I feel like I agree with that it was a good movie to sort of test drive that sort
Mm-hmm.
of like non-theatrical release. But it was definitely a really big gamble by Universal to
I
do
do
that.
as well.